Alright guys, welcome back to the second video on Key Arranger Workshop YouTube channel. Today I'm gonna represent my program that I built to connect directly to your Pa5X keyboard via some MIDI cables. In this screen you can see how I've done it. I'm using that program on my computer, connected MIDI cables to my Pa5X. And then my settings on my Pa5X shows the MIDI in channels as channel 1 is track 1, channel 2 is track 2, and so on, all the way up to 16. Alright, so let's open up Pa5X MIDI Revoicer and see what this thing can do. Also have a live feed from my Pa5X that I'm going to use later. I'm going to turn it off for now. So here's the software. This is the main window that opens up. I'm going to make it full screen so it's easier to see. On the bottom we have some buttons here. The first row it says play on a computer, pause, resume, and stop. If you don't have your Pa5X connected and you just want to try it out, so you can use this feature to play and stop the MIDI sound, MIDI file that you load. But this program is designed to be used live with your Pa5X through MIDI cables, so you can really fine-tune your MIDI song and change sound to whatever you like. And you'll see what I'm going to do here in a second. First thing I'm going to do is select my MIDI output. I'm going to find my MIDI out to USB, and I'm going to remember that. I added that feature because it was driving me nuts. I always had to select it, so I found a way to put this cool feature to remember that so you don't have to do it again. There we go. Alright, now I'm going to open up the MIDI file. I'm going to select something like this. There we go, loaded just fine. On here I have 6 different columns. The first column is channel. It's channels 1 through 16. Second one is the GM instrument, general MIDI instruments. These are the original sounds that are part of that MIDI file we just loaded, okay? And then you have your third column here to select any of Pa5X sounds. It's a single click, opens up, and you got 728 sounds, a huge list here. This took forever to build, but I finally got it. It's working really good. And to make things a lot easier and smoother and faster, I've created this drop-down menu, and you can then select a category like guitar, and I'll just show you the guitars, where you can do drums. Okay, you can also see all the legacy instrument they're in there, and then you get your user sounds. Okay, these are from your custom sets that you have loaded, and I've only added 3 just to show you guys how it's done. So let's just close this for now and go into view all user sounds. So I've added some cool features here. You can edit any of these just like that. If you made a mistake, you can go back and adjust it. Okay, you can also export to Excel. You can delete any of these if you like, and you can close. But let's say I want to add a custom sound. Okay, here's the window for that, and I'm going to just say user 2. That's the user 2 is the folder 2 in my set, and I'm going to say sample 2, and code is going to be 121.064, and let's select 005, or we can just do 5. It does the same thing. And what this means, the 121.064 and 000, actually let me turn on my live feed from the Pa5X. There we go. And then I'm going to go into my user sounds, something like that. Alright, so you can see that my, I'm not showing it here, it's kind of cropped, this window, but you get the idea. Every sound, let's select like this one. It has that 121.064.004. So if you want to bring any of these sounds into the software, you're just going to use that number. Okay? And that's how you're going to bring it in. And then I'm going to turn this off, go back to the software. So we got 121, 064, and 5. And I'm going to hit save. Sound added successfully. And I'm going to go back into my user sounds just to make sure it's there, and there it is. Okay? And then I'll show you if we can just delete it. Yes. Done. Close. Alright, so the next thing we're going to focus on is showing you guys how we're going to play this MIDI live from this program through your Pa5X. And right now I got headphones that I'm listening from my keyboard with all of the changes. So let's just turn on the bass track, number 2, and I'm going to play that, and then I'm going to start changing the sound of that bass. Before I do that, let me just turn the volume down a little bit like that so I can talk to you guys. Alright, let's try again. Just pick the bass category. Okay, now I'm going to give you that live feed so you can see what's going on the keyboard. Okay, let's do this. Alright, let's keep changing. See how quickly this works? Let's check out some legacy sounds. That sounds good. Alright, let's leave that one there. So that's how you can change that. Like I said, you can adjust the volume pretty quick. Now let's add some guitars. I believe those were on channel 8. So I'm going to solo that, and I'm going to hit play. Leave that there. So that's pretty much revoicing this MIDI using original Pa5X sounds. Now for channel 1, I know this song's got a really cool intro, so I'm going to pick a custom sound, which is accordion. Okay, Guarini accordion sopran, and I'm going to select the sound one because I know it's there. Let's turn the volume down so it sounds really good. Like that. Alright, let's play this now. Make sure I solo it too. There you go. You get the idea what that does. Now let's play the whole song with all of the instruments. Just really quickly. So, and now I want to just use drum track. Drums, and let's do bass guitar and drums solo, and then I'm going to change some drum sounds. Let's add guitars, channel 8, and then solo. There we go. That sounds really good. So you get the idea what this thing does. I'm going to solo everything here. And what I've done here also is, actually it was the hardest part to code, is a lot of these MIDI songs have been created with these program changes or reset on program and control changes. And when you try to play the MIDI file, it will just clear everything, no matter what you have selected here. And when you hit stop and play again, it will just reset it back to the default, whatever MIDI was created on. So in order to prevent that from happening, I had to write some more code and apply it to all of 16 channels, because sometimes they put it on channel 1 or channel 2 or 16, and then I've applied that to all of the channels. So what you see here on this screen is what you're going to get when you save this MIDI file. It's going to be 100% identical in your PA5X when you save it and open it on your keyboard. So I'm super happy that that worked out. This all can be done in your PA5X on the little screen. It is really hard to do, and you got to shift, move, and then you have to go into events and delete control change. I mean, it would take you hours to get one song done. That's what I figured. It's got to be a better way, and I built this software to be able to do that. And hopefully you guys like it. Again, this is version 1.0. There's more stuff coming. I might focus on the songbook next and importing stuff into this, saving it, set imports. Depends what keyboard allows me to do, but I'm getting a good hold of it and understanding more and more every time I mess with it. So there's definitely going to be some cool stuff. All right, the next thing we're going to focus on is the other option in this program. It's called MIDI Input Monitor. And what this thing does, let me select my MIDI in. There we go. So what this thing does now, it's just picking up any information from your keyboard that has a MIDI out feature. So if I play a single key, there we go, it's going to tell me it's a note 86, velocity 91, and note on and note off, right? So let me just play something really quick so you can see how it's picking it up live. It will also pick up other things like if you hit your upper one, there we go, it's going to show you like what that is for a program change or control change. Let's do upper 2, upper 3, okay. It will also pick up like a joystick. I'm going to move joystick to the right. There we go. I'm going to move it to the left. I'm going to move it down. Oh, look at that. I'm going to move it up. Okay. So it will just constantly monitor anything. And where this comes in useful is if you are troubleshooting something on your PA5X. Let's say a button is not working. It could be a couple of things. It could be a light went out, but the button is working, and you hook this thing up, and you can really figure out, is it the actual button that went bad, the connection to it, just by monitoring on this software and see what it does. Or if you got one of the keys when you're playing and all of a sudden it just plays super loud, then you can also troubleshoot using this monitor, see what that key puts out for volume, and figure out a way how to kind of fix it. It's a super helpful little tool that I implemented into this version, and I think somebody's going to find it helpful down the road. But that's about it on this part of the program. I'm also working on next video. It's going to be a custom button that I'm going to mount on a PA5X, and I can't believe the KORG didn't think of this. So what I'm going to do is take 4 layers, upper 1, 2, 3, and then the lower, and I'm going to take all 4 sounds, and with one single push of a button I'm going to generate a brand new sound. And if you're in the studio and you're trying to like come up with a track and you're like, oh, I need that something different, that's what this thing is going to do. One single push of button is going to cycle through 1700 sounds and pick them randomly, either by category you choose or through all categories, and come back to you with one single sound out of 4 layers. I messed with it, works really good, and you come back with some cool sounding patches and sounds. Super exciting. Just waiting for a couple hardware pieces to come in that I've ordered to finish that video, and that'll be coming up next. Let me know, leave some comments, make sure you subscribe. If you want to see some cool features, give me some ideas on my next version of this software, and I'll try my best to implement. Hope you like it, and I'll see you in the next video.